Moses, the writer, paints a very vivid picture for us to visualize it, right? You can close your eyes, you can see it happening. This is God coming to Abraham in some sort of a physical form. So they can converse and they can be eye to eye and they can speak to one another. And God is talking to Abraham, and the tent is like back here. This is where Sarah is, just eavesdropping, as wives do. She's back there listening as God and Abraham are talking. And God says to Abraham, I'm going to give you a son. I know you're old. I know your wife is old. I know you can't have one, but I'm going to do the impossible. And hearing that, knowing she is beyond the point where she should or could have one, and Abraham, her husband too, hearing that in the tent back there, she laughs, but the text says within herself. So just a silent, quiet, inward mockery of that. A silent, quiet, inward scoffing at what is hearing in her ears, the power of God. And God being God hears her silent laughter, hears her thoughts. And so he says to Abram, who can't hear that, why did your wife laugh? And then his wife, like from behind the tent, says, I didn't laugh. And God says, no, you did laugh. I heard you laugh. Because she was afraid. No, you did laugh. You mocked. You didn't believe. You doubted that the impossible doer could do the impossible. Fortunately, as we've already said, she comes around. We've alluded to it already, no need to repeat that, but Sarah's life included moments of struggle and doubt and even outright mockery of God. But eventually, it produces confidence and hope and trust in the Lord, and from that comes joy. In that we all can relate. I know many mothers whose lives, when they look back on it, they say, there were times when I didn't believe, when I doubted, when I scoffed and even mocked at the idea that God had it under control because it seemed like everything was out of control. And then we got out of it. Just somehow we got out of it. And everything is so much better. And through that, I credit the Lord. I know many mothers who can say that, and many sons, and many daughters, and many husbands and fathers. We've all had times of waiting and of trusting and of sometimes doubting and even scoffing. And then God's faithfulness comes to fruition. And we see ourselves in Sarah.